So just a few announcements today. General Student Council meeting.
After break, we're not going to dismiss you, so please just stay where you're seated. Mr. Johnson will tell us more about that later.
Special presentation.
Okay, there's a new poll up, and it's asking you about work jobs and whether you do them or not. So definitely be sure that you weigh in on that, because you know what the next poll is going to be about, right? For those people who don't do their work jobs, what should be the repercussions? Okay. All right. So then real quickly, the last poll asked you about your top 5 priorities for staying sane. What do you feel that you need to do to stay sane? The top 5, in reverse order like David Letterman. It was a tie between time to spend with my friends and time to get plenty of sleep. Number 4, time for outside of school activities like club sports, rehearsals, dance classes. Number 3, getting all my schoolwork done to the best of my ability. Number 2, time just to be, however I might define that, except sleep. And number 1, the thing to keep you sane, make sure you have time to eat, shower, and do your chores. All right, and real fast, because we've got stuff to do. The lowest ones in the top 5 back, I don't care about, in other words. Time for my outside of school job, and I assume that many of you don't have one, and that's why it was so low. A tie between time for my hobby or musical instrument and time to do things for other people. Volunteer work, for example. And this one made me really happy. Time for all my schoolwork to be completed perfectly. It made me really happy that that was not so important to most people, because if you're always trying to be perfect, you're really annoying to the rest of us. Also, I was really happy, a tie between a really good grade on everything my teachers returned to me, however I might define that, so good that you're not so worried about that. I was a little concerned with that was a tie with time to spend with my family. And then the least most not wanted was time to exercise. Okay. If somebody lost you noticed that you lost $3 for the PSATs yesterday, check in with Ms. Maston. And should we do this together? Okay, so tomorrow, as you know, is this exciting day of lots of visitors on campus, and many of you will be hosting them. So it's really a fun and wonderful day, and it's so much fun to see everybody enjoying, all of your friends and your grandparents, those of you who are coming, enjoy that. We know that not all of you has a friend to escort around. So we will not be meeting in our small groups for PATH tomorrow. Instead, we'll be meeting up on the field for... Sorry, those of you who have friends, but for cake and games. Okay? Awesome. All right. Path field up there.
Yes. And for those of you with grandparents or friends, you will be in here for having the wonderful grandparents program that we have in store for you. Everyone should have their schedules at this point. I think I have one left to give. If you think that you need a schedule and did not get one, please come see me as soon as possible, because I don't know that you have someone coming. If there are questions about your schedule or you have a concern about your schedule, come see me. And for everyone, please, 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 there are so many guests coming tomorrow. Do your work jobs today, make the campus beautiful, try to pick up after yourself after lunch, and take your bags home with you tonight. Thanks.
So, many of the students new to York School may not know that we have a long-standing affiliation with the Episcopal Church. The school was begun by 2 Episcopal priests in 1959. We have a chapel with a big cross, as you would expect to see in a chapel. And Bishop Mary Gray Reeves, who is the head of the Episcopal Church in our area, is a parent of a York alumna. She's on our board of trustees, and she comes and speaks to us from time to time. One of the things we do as part of our membership with the Association of Episcopal Schools is we have a celebration once a year at All Saints Episcopal Church in Carmel. Many students from our school and many students from All Saints Day School will be meeting there this Sunday. There's a service at 10:30. You're all welcome to attend with your families. It's an invitation, open invitation to everybody. Episcopal School Sunday, 10:30, All Saints Episcopal Church, 9th and Dolores in Carmel.
Being alone. I absolutely hate it. I've always subconsciously known this, but this hatred grew into a truly conscious fiery pit of pure loathing. A couple of years ago, when I did a program called COA, or Coming of Age. The majority of the COA retreats were great, but one thing spoiled the last one. This was a 6-hour nature vigil type activity, which meant that we had to go sit alone in the woods for 6 hours so that we could decide what we believed in and learn about our true selves and all that stuff. Didn't really happen for me. First I was okay, but as the minutes ticked by, I began to realize how completely alone I was. My mind started switching from one thing to another randomly, and I couldn't concentrate on anything. My muscles started to seize up, and my breathing got shallow, and I just couldn't think of anything. My stomach started to hurt, and so trying to find something to distract myself, I began to look around. I destroyed an entire dead tree trunk with a stick. I climbed a tree to spy on the kid next to me, who I didn't even really know, just so I could make sure that I wasn't going to die. I was completely unhinged. My mind started to remember every horrible thing that I'd ever done, said, worst experiences in my life. When it ran out of horrible things that I'd actually done, it started to make up things that hadn't actually happened, but I could vividly see in my mind and almost started to believe were actually true. I was just dying. So I tried to go to sleep just to get out of everything. But those thoughts just kept me further and further away from rest. Eventually, I just climbed into my sleeping bag, even though it was insanely hot, and just let the heat become a new distraction. And I think I must have overheated and passed out, because I woke up a while later, having wriggled out of the sleeping bag in my sleep. I spent the rest of the time peeling the bark off of the sticks and pretending they were wands so that I could be a wizard, so that I could just get out of my own head. At one point, I pointed my wand at a bush and yelled something, and a bird flew out. So I really thought I was a wizard for a little while, which definitely helped. When the retreat leader came around to say that the 6 hours was over, I ran up to them and hugged them. I didn't really know them. They were like some random adult that they picked to come and say hi. So after I had recovered for a little bit, I realized that the retreat had actually achieved its purpose in a sort of twisted, mean way. I did learn something about myself. I learned that I can't be alone. Now that I've learned this, I don't let myself be alone. If I have a problem, I'll discuss it with a friend. If I have to be alone, I'll text someone or call them or whatever. I need some kind of companionship, though it doesn't need to be human. I can hang out in the ocean with my seal buddies for like a couple hours, or my cat, and I'll be fine. I just need some kind of company. Now, I know most of you are like thinking, whoa, what is that about? I need my alone time to unwind, so I realize that most of you can't relate to my story. So I'm sorry if I seem annoying, or if I follow you around, or if I bug you all the time, or I seem clingy. Just know that it's because I love you, and I'm relying on you to save me from myself.
Ryan Meckel, Evan Hamilton, Eleanor Bennett White, Emma Griffin Ortiz, Will Thieker, Ryan Thompson, and Madeline Douglas for our Grandparents' Day StoryCorps session tomorrow. Seeing you right outside this door after break.
Gymnastics office at 1, American University is coming at 2, so if you're interested, please go. Also, senior class officers meet during work jobs in Ms. Madison's office. Secondly, next Friday, October 24th, is going to be the Halloween dance.
Tickets are $5 at the door, and it's from 8 to 11.
In the library, and it's going to be featuring our very own DJs, Dark Chocolate Mocha Boy and Prince of Persia. All right. Yeah, feel free to dress up.
If you're in robotics, please meet at the flagpole after break. We're going to be discussing fall fair.
There's an important French Honor Society meeting today. We're going to be deciding fall fair shifts, and we're going to launch our partnership with a school in Lille, France, which has a component of a homestay student exchange opportunity. So it's very important that you come.
Please come.
So, thank you everybody who showed up yesterday for the book sorting. We're going to be meeting again on Friday after school up near the basketball court to finish sorting the books and then carry them down to the library. So please show up, please support your club, and if you do come, I'll bring cookies.
Beautiful.
So I guess I wasn't clear last time. We are really desperate for people to perform at Fall Fair. We have 2 performers, I think, for a total of 30 minutes. So if you're interested, please find me, please. Also, if you're going to Stanford Model United Nations Conference, you're leaving at 1 p.m. tomorrow, so make sure that you ask permission from your teachers. Make sure also to bring your clothes and put them in the vans during lunch, and bring money for food or you will go hungry.
Yearbook meeting today during lunch. It's really important that everyone is there.
It's going to be in the Mac Lab. It's going to be really, really quick. We're shooting for 10 minutes max. We just really want to touch base and make sure everyone knows their assignments and when to do them.
Yeah, thanks. So for props, Pippin, we need stuff. So fake fruit, especially if you have fake grapes, that'd be great.
If you have helmets, if you have chest plates or breastplates,
helmets,
swords, shields, anything. If you're
it doesn't have to match at all. Foam, plastic, metal, or not metal.
Girls field hockey has a game today at 3:30 on the upper field against Catalina, so we'd really appreciate if all of you guys came up to support them.
Chess Club will be having their first meeting today.
It's at room 8, so the English room next to the Chinese room and French room.
Bring your devices.
Yeah.
So all across California now, there's 10 million Californians doing something that we're going to be doing here in a couple minutes. It's earthquake drill. It's a great California shakeout. So here's what do you do during an earthquake? Drop, cover, and hold on.